If you're trying to become a DevOps engineer in 2026, you need to stop learning random tools. DevOps is not all about tools, it's about systems, automation, and thinking like an engineer. So, in this video, I'll show you the exact roadmap I'll follow if I was starting from zero. In my last video, I talked about DevOps, everything about DevOps, what DevOps is, and the likes. So if you missed the last episode about what DevOps is, you can easily check my previous video, so you'll be able to come up to speed. Let's get into it. The first stage will be the foundation stage. So I used to tell I used to tell people that actually mentoring, there are stages. It's just like stages in life that we don't skip. So the first stage, I call it the foundation stage. So if you skip this stage, you will later struggle as a DevOps engineer. The most important one is Linux, which is very, very important, like highly important when trying to become a DevOps engineer. So this is where you learn about the file system, you learn about permissions, you learn about services, you learn about secure shell, which is SSH. And after that, you can now move to networking, the basic of networking, rather. So this is where you learn about the TCP, IP, this is where you learn about the DNS, this is where you learn about the HTTP and HTTPS, and also ports. You learn about different ports and their functions. And after that, you go into Git, version control. So Git is very important. It's not all about the UI and all that, but the commands, you need to know different at least the basic Git commands that you will need as a DevOps engineer. So that is also very important in the foundation level. And also you need basic cloud fundamentals knowledge, like you need to know about, even if it is just AWS or GCP or Azure or any of the cloud services that you want to start with, you need to know the basic cloud fundamentals. So most DevOps engineer actually fails, not because they don't know Kubernetes, trust me, but because they don't understand the networking, they don't understand the Linux commands and the likes, and the Gits. These are simple questions that can be asked during interview session, and you'll be like, I think I know this, but you are not familiar with it. So you just need to get yourself familiar with this key foundational stage as you proceed to become a good DevOps engineer. The second stage, I call it a scripting and automation stage. Trust me, with the way the technology is going right now, it's all about automation. So anytime we're trying to do anything, just put it in mind that you need to automate, you need to script, you need to write scripts. So these are the basic things that you need to know. So this second stage is a bit higher level than the first stage, obviously. So you need to learn about bash scripting, very important. And this is actually one of the most common scripting language that you will use all through your life as a DevOps engineer. You need to know basic Python. So for just scripting, for automation and the likes, you need to just know. You don't need to know everything about Python. You just need to know the scripting part of it. And another one is infrastructure as a code. Like I said earlier, we are now in the world of automation. We are in the world of making things happen without pressing a button. So infrastructure as a code is very important. So you need to learn about that, which is the most common one is Terraform. We have Pulumi, but the most common one is Terraform. If you can learn Terraform, you even need to learn Terraform. You need to know Terraform as a DevOps engineer. So just for you to automate, because there's a saying that said, if you can't automate it, you will never scale it. So you need to be able to know how to automate for you to be able to scale up your environment. So for the third stage, I call it the CI/CD stage, which is a continuous integration and continuous deployment. So I call it a continuous stage. So this stage is, these are the things that, oh, you need to like learn on how you push code, you learn how you write your pipeline to automate your deployment. You need to learn how, so the basic one is just to build, test, and deploy. Do you get? So for example, if you're working with an organization, a group of developers rather, so you need to know how to deploy that particular application or a particular project. So it's just a build stage, test phase, and also a deployment phase. So you need to write a pipeline, like you need to write a script. The script, we call it a pipeline, right? So that the moment a change is being made, it triggers the pipeline and it automates the process and deploy the application. CI/CD method for pipelines, we have GitHub Actions, we have companies that are using GitLab CI, we have Jenkins. You don't have to know everything, you just need the basic knowledge of it and get yourself familiar with everything, right? Is that correct? Yeah. Fourth stage. So the fourth stage, I call it the containers and orchestration. Do you see that all these things have stages the way I've explained them, which is very, very crucial before I'm even like coming into containers and orchestration. So that's why I said is not DevOps is not all about just tools. You need to know the fundamentals. You need to know the functionalities. You need to know how things are being done before you can put them together. Okay, so the fourth stage is the orchestration and containers. So what do I mean by that? So you need to know about containers, you need to know about images, you need to know about Docker, you need to know about volumes, you need to know about networking. Now for the orchestration part, you need to know about Kubernetes. Under Kubernetes, you need to know how pod works, you need to know how deployment works, you need to know how services works, ingress. So for stage 6, we'll be talking about you learning monitoring and production readiness features. So this is where the popular Prometheus and Grafana comes in place. You need to learn about logs, how logs work, how you collect your metrics, how you create your alerts, your observability. All this are actually like incorporated within monitoring and observability, where you get to know what is going on, the number of CPU usage in your particular application or environment in total, where you get to know which application is having issues, a lot of things. So you need to learn about monitoring and observability. So that would be that for today, where today's roadmap. And in my next video, I think we'll be talking about how you can get your first DevOps job. So in that video, we'll be talking about how you can build your project, how you can build your portfolio, how you can, a lot of things. If you want more practical DevOps breakdown, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment, and let me know where you are in your journey. Bye.